Alright, how we doing? Let's see. As I click a bunch of buttons here. Okay. Welcome, guys. Wow, a lot of you guys. Hello. Hope this will be a interesting one. Let's see. Oh, thanks, Cookie, for DMing me. Let me know. Yeah, okay. Thank you. Actually, one more thing. Let's see. So, setting things up. There we go. Okay. Did it loop background? Probably not, because it takes a minute. Okay. Okay. I think we're pretty good. I think everything's set up enough for me to go log in and go, whoop, there I am. Hi, guys. Welcome. This is, I guess, part 4 to fan art, 6 fan art part 2, volume 2 thing? I don't know. Mic on? Good. Okay. Push that chat thing up. I don't know what it's for. Just make sure to read the rules. Read the description. Press down on the description to read all of it. Alright. Doing good. Just wanna chill out just for like 1 minute. Just make sure we're all good before I get really into it. Yeah. Doing good. How you guys doing? Because I know when I get into, you know, the thick of it, I tend to, you know, lose some of your comments. So I'm not quite following every single one of you. So it's hard to, you know, I apologize for it, but it's kind of, you know, it's just my fault. Yeah, with that, not able to follow everyone's exact thing during the whole time. So I just know that last time I might have skipped like one of you guys' or stuff, or I started to ignore some people. So I'm sorry about that. But trying to do better. We'll see. That's about privacy and security. So yeah, be mindful of your privacy and securities. That's important. Yep. I'm just, yeah. I'm doing good. I could probably, yeah. There's a bunch of updates with Midnight Mares, so I'll probably say that for Toast Time instead, because I got pretty extreme. And follow that been going on. But yeah. No dilly-dallying to get you guys coming in. We're gonna do Ultra Magnus, and we're gonna figure out how to say it as well. It's gonna be the fun part of this. How are we gonna refer to him? He's a robot, they don't really have genders. But okay. So the commenter who originally commented on the community post to say, the different character wanted specifically G1, so that's good because that's actually what I did some research beforehand, and then I looked at the comment, and now it's like, good, it's actually G1, because that's what I was looking at. So, alright. It's 2. Whoa. Hello, guys. Okay. So might as well just start going on it. Let's get rid of some of these. Should be able to just do this. Somebody says whatever my thing is. Nope, still does it. That when you change like to Windows or do that. Sometimes that goes away. Otherwise I'm gonna have this little control Windows and Shift buttons. Okay. Here we go. Let's get this rolling. This is Ultra. Yeah, okay. For people who don't know, the character, I'll get, this is my reference for today. This is a newer picture. I think somewhere else I'll probably, yeah, this is actual G1 thing, but the other one had better render. So, yeah, I mean, it's very blocky, and I know enough Transformers to be able to somewhat know who this is. I definitely watched the movie a couple times, original 80s movie, so I know who this character is, so that's good. Otherwise, there's be a lot of a lot more confusing. Alright. I think the movie just looks like what it looks like it looked like in the cartoon. Unless they talk about the newer movies, which I didn't really research to see if he was. But we're doing G1, so it doesn't really matter if it was a newer version. I watched like a really informative YouTube video about the history of this character, so I just refreshed myself. So no, but the Portal one, I knew it enough that at least I thought I did, to be able to just go. And apparently Star knew more than me, which is totally fine. I just totally forgot all the extreme lore for it. Alright. Good night. Let's see. Try blocking this out. How I want to do this. I don't know. I got somewhat of a basic pose, like the comic version that I looked at. I don't know. It's gotta just make something. It's probably good. I want it to be thinner. There we go. I don't know. Just have like something and then like go, that doesn't right, and then you fix it rather than staring at a blank screen forever. So I just know that he's very, very blocky. Apparently he was made, he was designed as a cartoon before a toy somehow. I guess they knew in the movie that he would be a character, and then designed as a toy. So I think most of them have either been like designed as a toy first and then, you know, put into their cartoon. So it was one of those weird opposites, I guess. I don't know what this is. This is just sketch to get something out and go, yep, that looks weird. I don't know what kind of pose. I think it's just gonna stand here menacingly or something. Or like somebody's have like a be like underneath, like it's a lower angle looking up. Like it's supposed to be like really tall. Like in some of them he was taller than Optimus Prime. So I probably wanna do something like that, I guess. I don't know. He's got these pillar things. Just trying to sketch something out. And then figure this out later. It's okay. Thank you for coming in. I understand that time zones won't work for everyone. Totally respect that. So he won't actually have perspective going up. He'll have perspective going down a little bit. Like that, maybe. I don't know how 3D I really want this to be. Especially because I'm making them all outside of the box. There you go. We'll just figure it out and, yeah. Get something. There we go. That'll be our basic base, and then we'll draw on top of that. There we go. Okay. I think it's because I actually drew some of it. Yeah. I accidentally drew them on the wrong layer. Let's see if I can go back in. Paste it in. Yeah, hang on. Everything's getting slow and weird. There we go. Let's put that over there. Womp womp. There we go. Okay. And then I can put this back over here, and then we should be good. Okay. Yeah, for some reason I must have got outside of my main layer, drawing everything inside of a separate symbol. That's what happens. It's all technical with that. Alright. Yeah, thanks for dropping. Bye. 2 thumbs up. Oh, okay. Yeah, like these big things here, like his thumbs. We'll see. Let me get a different picture. That might also help as well. Get back to the original design. Okay. Yeah, I thought actually, I must have got mistaken that I thought that his whole character was that he was Optimus, or like he was the the second Optimus Prime, because for whatever reason they wanted to not keep happening in Optimus Prime as a leader, and it was like, oh, okay. I always thought that was weird. That's like another new generation or something of them, so they gotta change it up. Pass down the torch, which is their energy ball in their chest. I don't know why they didn't want, like, why did the Decepticons not, you know, always want to go after those, you know? Like, why did they always want the energy on cubes all the time in the original? Why not just always try to get the chest thing that would be, you know, the symbol of the leader? Because if they get that, then they'll, you know, be, I guess, the leader or something, or at least, you know, be able to have more control. So, I guess that was a retrograde. That wasn't always the case then, I guess. Or was designed afterward, like in the movie, probably that. Am I making any sense? I don't know. He's got a little helmet thing. I mean, it's just, I think its design is just Optimus Prime, but then they just like flipped his colors and then just added more details in random spots. Sure feels like that way. Oh boy. It's like what I like also redesigned like who was it? Decepticon leader? No. Megatron. He had a cooler design than Optimus Prime. I don't know what's going on here. Robots are tricky, especially with this simple style. You know, nothing. I don't know. My knowledge kind of stops at Gen 1, so that's where we are. So I'm very happy. That's where we got to. Sounds more weird designs here. Would you guys be more comfortable if I, you know, start talking about the Michael Bay movies? I mean, what was your level of confidence, you know, start going there? If that's the case. Yeah. I don't know. It's obviously they take like a different like stance or like lore sorta with the Michael Bay movies, which I've only seen like maybe the first one. I don't think I've seen the other ones to be able to really know. So that's where my knowledge would kind of stop. Well, that's the case. Just a little bit to add. Okay. Yeah, if I had like more questions, you guys wouldn't be able to exactly answer, right? That's the case then. Okay, that's fair. Then the conversation just stopped there. These are like his weird bolts, I guess. I'm just following the pictures. I don't know what this is. This goes up a little higher, and he's got these pants that go out. Alright. He's got this, and then I don't know what all this is. Just make it angular, just add details wherever you need it. It's basically just how you make a robot. Like, it doesn't, at least with cartoons, it's like it doesn't exactly need to make sense. You know, because you won't be able to, like, you know, look at the thing here and go, yep, that's, my toy looks exactly like that, so that means that this is, you know, accurate, and I like it more, or whatever. It's like, it's just, that's a cartoon, you know, it's not, they transform into the thing, but they don't really, you know, adhere to exact physics, I guess. This is like a weird, like, thing. I'm not even sure why this exists here. Oh boy. Let's see. He's got the other one over here. He's got the Autobot logo here. Yeah, okay, another pillar. It's kind of like leaning over, so I'm guessing I'm going to have it a little bit lower than that little nub thing to say that it's cool. It's kind of just following the picture as much as I can with this. So I don't know. What's going on here? Let's see. I'm kind of just going what I'm seeing instead of like trying to make my own pose out of this. But I guess that's gonna be okay. I think that one's really gonna look at it. Okay. Probably want to shift him over a little bit. There we go. And of course, we'll probably redesign his face here. Be a little, at least try to be a little more accurate. Let's see. Let's get that. It's got like shades on, and it looks cool. Always got these big mohawk things at the top. These like receivers or something. It's like he's basically like cosplaying as Optimus Prime. It's weird. There you go. It's so weird. I think something's misaligned around here. Let's see. This probably goes down. This has more depth. More stuff here. That's that goes down, I guess. I don't know. It's a little happy rumble. My reference picture has it more stern, I guess. So gotta do like the Gordon, you know, Freeman that we did. And it's like, oh, he's just happy to be here. Like it's with his buddies, and that's how it's gonna be. This is why I don't rely on my just sketching potential in drawings. That's like I want to, you know, cover this all up that I drew with completely different, more refined, I guess, cleaned up work. So yeah, just because I'm never really happy with what I draw. This kind of style. But I erased it and then I like drew a new line. That was cool. Thanks, Flash. Okay. Nice neighbor. I can make this like it's smaller, like more of a dimple, I guess. Like, yeah. And this will like continue off, but you won't be able to see it in just a sketch, so I don't care about it too much. I don't know where this is going. This should be flat, I guess. For some reason that's taking a bit. Let's take his whole arm. Maybe his arm be up a little more. Maybe, let's see, we can rotate it a little bit. Maybe he's gonna go for the hand or something, like they're, like him and Terminator are gonna like talk or something. Come on. Okay. None of these circles are doing. Maybe I can make them smaller later. Okay, that'll be your sketch. I'll be happy with that. Just because I want to move on. Let's see. Okay. Maybe, hang on. My phone's saying thank you. Okay. Okay, so how do I want to do this? I mean, so the other ones, it was easier to say like, oh, well, I'll just make something first and that'll be easy. I don't know. Oh, that circle here is Optimus logo. Okay. That's gonna be tricky. Let's see. So I can start with maybe just a body, but then even that's tricky. Just because there's so many like other lines intersecting it and like layered on top, then it's like, oh, it's not just a block. It's like, well, it's a block that has definition and shapes and texture stuff on top. So let's see. Yeah, I can put this a little bit over here, and then this will be a little more perspective, maybe. No, I'm feeling it out. I can put this more over there. It's because I'm seeing more perspective on this end. Hello, Evan. Drawing Ultra Magnus. He's gonna be a good boy. He is a good boy. He decided to not be leader of Autobots and let this like rookie guy that we've never seen before in the series become the hero. It's like, yeah, I don't know. Yeah, that's fine, but it's just like, it's wasted potential for this cool man, you know? It's like this man could have been leader of Autobots. I don't know where this line goes. Probably like that. Anything outside this box doesn't exist, so it'll just look like that. Does that look good? No. Okay. Let's see. Easier to just be like, continue it down. So I just do that. No one will know. Okay. Let me probably just play with it to make it seem like it fans out like that. That might work. Name's Jeff. Alright. Is that really your name? That would be awesome. Okay. Just play with a bunch of strings really with this. And then we can see like that's not a connecting string. There we go. So that'll be the base. Let's add new layer. Okay. Let me add all the extra details, or I could probably figure out like what details I could put on the original layer. Like I could put like these ridges or something on the original layer, so I could probably just have like the blue part that'll be this middle cross thing be on this layer. Okay. That'll work. Because like it goes above here, so that'll be easier to do on a new layer rather than trying to make it somehow, you know, intersect but also be on top and below at the same time, you know. So that's what that's doing. Do 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 do. No, that's Jetsons. Do 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 do. There we go. Is that it? I think that's it. Do 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 do. That's how to do the transitions. I'm losing my mind. Okay. Is this the same theme when it's the Decepticons transition? I think I forgot to say that I had like watched the entire 80s series, so I know a little bit too much. Didn't have to really research about this. Anything after like the 80s, I didn't actually really watch. Or I guess I watched the first couple seasons of the Beast Wars. Just because for the novelty of like the 3D-ness of it, that's just like that's so cool. But I didn't really watch the 80s or 90s as a really a kid. But I got introduced like later once they had the DVD sets, and then my dad really got me into it. At least we just watched it together. I remember like a weird memory of like we had like a couch that would like fold out into a bed, one of those, and so we just kind of just sat on those like as a bed. And then like as a mid-teen, I guess, tween, just kind of just watch the 80s cartoon. And so, okay, yep, we're just watching Transformers. It was really fun. Oh man, I just know like they would in like later seasons have more obtuse storylines. And it's like it became like harder to follow, especially like one of the last seasons of the original series. That is just like we'll just have this epic 5-part story that like has no bearing on really what just happened before, and just really weird. I think it was like the face of something, the 12 faces of something, and it was just like I don't get it. Didn't really make any sense. I didn't really understand what was going on, which is okay because I still don't know what's going on. Drawing random shapes really at this point. I don't really follow my sketch at all. So I do my sketch more on a different picture or perspective. And that's what's going on. Alright. I think I also kind of like later on, you know, when they had the animated series, which it's an interesting name. I think I watched a bit of that. I don't know. That was the 2D one, I think. 2010's Transformers. I think I watched a little bit of that just because, like, oh, I've already invested, you know, this amount of time, you know, my childhood, really to, like, get into it. And now it's like, well, you know, they have a new series, you know, I gotta figure, watch that, right? Meanwhile, it's like, that's more for kids and before there were millennials kind of humor, if you know what that means. Because I don't. Yeah, that was alright. Wasn't able to top what I was thinking of best cartoon or whatever. It's just like it exists. Same with like the newer 3D version, which I don't know if it's still going on or probably is gone. Or it's done probably. Like the more recent ish. Well, I guess not too recent because I'm just thinking my recent memory is just like from 2010. So probably not that, you know. More longer ago than it was, I guess. This should be here, but now it's over here. Oh well. I think that was somewhat of a hiccup burp or something. I don't know. It happens. That's my sketch. That's what I've drawn so far. Okay. Is that just more texture onto here? This actually just goes down there and doesn't really go there. Maybe. What's the... My soul doesn't like my fanboying about Transformers. Oh boy. It's a fun show. I didn't really know, you know, at the time that it was based on a Japanese anime. Or at least there was something complicated with that, where like they did like Power Rangers, where the live action footage of like the kids, you know, in there, I don't know what that was. The kids as Power Rangers were done in Japan as filming, and then they had the American cast be kids. Something really is actually that can't be able to make circle. Be filmed in with American actors, so might have to relaunch this. I don't know, because that's being really buggy. Shouldn't be that weird. Okay. I don't know if it's that exact situation with Transformers where it was an anime and then they dubbed it, because it'd be really easy to dub it because it does look like anime before I really knew what anime was, or was able to appreciate it, or able to tell what it was. So maybe it was. I don't know. Never actually just looked. I just knew that was a fact. So I'm not sure if that's all the way true then, or what that actually meant, you know. To add more details, what I have is my sketch. Okay, that should be the body done. So I do an arm thing. Okay, so I'll probably just be following this. Should probably be easiest. And let's see. Okay. Kind of ran out of antidotes. So, how are you guys doing? Let's see. Because I see like it's not always everyone's favorite thing, but maybe this is not a commoner's favorite thing, so gotta do justice no matter what I do. You know? So, no problem with that. That's the challenge part of it, that it's the characters that I don't really either don't really know familiar with at all, or just characters I really drew for. This is fun. It's like excavating, like you're finding a fossil and you're trying to figure out what it is as you go in real time, and people are judging you at the same time. In real time, it's fantastic. That's a weird feeling doing this, especially in this format. Where basically you have to talk for an hour and then just have people sort of be here. I'll just, yeah, I might have to do this later. Let's get everything else good before I do nitty gritty. Not about logo. Boop, boop. So most of this will be outside the frame that I'm seeing here, so that works to an advantage. I'm sure animators get really happy when they get up on the edge here and they're like, yes, I'm about to make this drawing perfect. It's gonna be off the edge. Especially when something like really complicated is on the edge, which would be this black line vertically here. And it's like, it's gonna be cut by the mask. So I think if I go out and then everything here. So there you go. It's like everything that I've been drawing on the edges have been deleted. Edges, for whatever reason, the skin over there. It should be fixed when I'm done. But yeah, just what I'm drawing here doesn't really matter. Specifically on just the past the black edge there. There you go. Too many details. You can just imagine, like, you know, high stress environment and like having to draw these robots, you know, 1,000 times every day. Ugh. I'd go insane. I'm trying to just draw it for the first time in like an hour. It's just like, I can't. It's so complicated. Okay. Let's draw the other arm, which thankfully is going more over there. I'm going to be underneath there, so that makes it that easy as well. I just have to follow my guides. Gotta be the easiest and simplest to just go, okay. I don't know what this is, but it's dang. Okay. I've actually been working with Toon Boom more in Flash recently. That kind of leads back into the Midnight Mare thing. And like the updates that I'm thinking about, talking about. But won't go into that just now. Just know that I've been working with Toon Boom more often in Flash. I've been working with Blender as well, so I'm all messed up with all this. It's hard, because what I'm doing with my my Derpy movie is multimedia pretty much at this point, where it's using 2D and 3D backgrounds. So the 3D backgrounds are a bit more time to create those. I don't know what's going on. Stop. Stop. Why does the undo button is back there? You do paste. Undo paste? I don't know. Oh, there's my paste. What the? Well then, undo change. Select. For some reason it exists over there now. Okay. Oh, that's right, because somehow the lines from previous copy and paste showed up. That's really weird and frustrating because now it's breaking my lines. No! Oh no. Oh no. I tried to go back, but it didn't let me go back all the way back in time. Undo. Okay. So, what did I have? It was really complicated. Let's get rid of some of these other things. They probably don't need to exist in the first place either. So, okay. This doesn't exist. This can go over there. And this can be here. And I can just make it a tower. Just make it a basic block. Like that. Okay. Problem seemingly averted. Sure hope when I colored it, it'll be okay. None of these are sticking. Might be on different layers, but no, they are. Some of the magnet tool might be freaking out. Thank you for watching. I mean, watch me stress out almost as much as Barbara's tutorial. It's because it's been, yeah, really tricky to get this going. Also not as exactly fun, just because I'm making a bunch of like weird lines that don't make sense, really. You know, like with a character, like if I started drawing like Hanna-Barbera or whatever type of character, immediately start like recognize certain shapes, you know, or like this particular thing makes sense, you know, to what it is, or like to the character themselves and personality. Well, with this, it's like, oh, I'm drawing some kind of lighthouse shape on another cube thing, and then that leads into this other block here, and then it's just, yeah. It's just kind of exists, and if you don't really know what really engineering-wise how any of this works, then it's like, it's not really, you know, that interesting. In that regard, too. I can see it being fun for some people, but I don't know. Never really got into like the actual merchandise or anything of it. When I got like a, you know, like maybe like one Optimus Prime that I was pretty happy with, but other than that, it's just been, I don't know, not really exactly, you know, what I look forward to in a birthday present, I guess you can say. Let's do the head, actually. That'll be fun. Okay. So this will be a golden point. Okay. Glad this was easier. Yeah, it was just the colors that, you know, that's the only thing you really didn't think about, is that the colors are then a little bit weird with GLaDOS. Especially the core. I did recolor the core a little bit. So that's a little bit more brighter gray, as well as making the handles a little bit more accurate, now that I look at it a little bit more. But yeah. Robots are hard. Drew Dalek in a dynamic pose. Oh, wow. I like Doctor Who. I like Doctor Who. But yeah. I think one of my... yeah. I don't really try and draw them in 2D just because like Daleks are so meant to be 3D that it's like impossible to always get it. Because like they're cylindrical, you know, and they're always yeah, just like no matter what, it's like there's so many parts and it's like, it's something like what it is. Yeah. There you go. And then you try to draw it in like any other kind of pose, and it's just like, it's not gonna work. Might have to draw this mohawk thing or whatever I want here to be on a different layer, which probably means I just want to just make that a different layer, just draw it, and then I can figure out the scale of things. Well, I was also gonna say that I tried making one of the first things I did with that 3D summer camp I did was make a 3D model of a Dalek. So that was really fun. So I was like trying to figure out the engineering of it, as well at the same time as trying to use my 3ds Max, I think, skills. Yeah, it definitely wasn't Maya, because I still don't know really how to use Maya. So, oh, that'd be great. Actually, there is a guy that someone I've seen a life-size Dalek. That was actually a robot as well. Because I live in Seattle, so there's a couple conventions that are in Seattle. I think they're like Christmas conventions and stuff. I think one of them is like always like a Doctor Who one, or there was something special with that, where they were doing a Doctor Who thing. There's a guy who like does robotics and has, you know, fun projects with that, but he also made a life-size Dalek and a remote controlled one, so he's able to control it as it like walks around, and even has like a little like speaker inside it that then has like a voice changer, and then he has like a microphone that then probably somewhere has a field frequency to be able to change his voice, and then he can yell people. So he's really fun. You can probably find him online somewhere. Seattle Dalek life-size something. I don't know what you would need for that. But it's really cool. Like the ones would always be like dressed up, like have little scarves or something on it, or like Christmas decorations on it. Trying his little head scuba thing here. I don't know. But make me more straight. Let's do it this way, maybe. There you go. That's been fun. Let's see. Okay. Clean back into this. Let's be lower because it's behind this one. Okay. Okay. So I want to make something. So his nose would probably be right there. So he probably has like an actual chin thing I could probably do. But he has these eyes. He has eyes. Just go for it. Just make a couple of squares and then say, here's the nose part. And then that goes up. Once we color it, it'll make sense, and I'll pull the strings. I call them strings, I don't know why. It's because they're thin like strings. And it's fun to say I'm gonna pull the strings. Center this. There you go. Actually this can go down and then become a nose, I guess. It's gonna be triangle nose, maybe? Who knows? Oh, I did it. Haha. I didn't even know. Okay. Maybe I should use to see where my actual lines are. They're getting too thick, so I can't see where anything is. I'm too zoomed in as well to be able to see all of that. Okay. And then this will be another... move it down. Another, like, fill line thing. Maybe not need this, but it just be for fun, and then chin thing that goes out. There you go. Now I can also see where the other line is. I think that's pretty good. I think we got everything except the Optimus Autobot logo. But I'm not too worried about that too much, but yeah, we really gotta get going on color right now. Might just have to make it like a red smiley face or something. Not worry about it. For the logo. Okay. So these must be like the first American made, I guess, design Autobot. So these like all red, white, and blue. So let's see. Okay. Where's everything? Use blue. We get a blue. I want a palette. Toon Boom has palettes for everything. Actually getting spoiled by that now. Oh boy. Happy Gordon. Hapu. Ultra Magnus V additions and Toaster Time. Oh, that'd be great. Maybe soon. Yeah, they would seem like good pals. Oh boy. Want this color, please. Okay. Seems like glowy eyes. Why does it change? Glowy eyes here. Up. This would be darker, maybe. Be more saturated to show that there's more contrast, maybe. Unless, I don't know. That's that. It's kind of just picking random colors just for the sake of it being different colors at this point. I don't know. More than anything else. Let's move this. Those could be longer, I guess. These would be up. These would be lower. Okay. And then we'll color it. Wrong color. There you go. So it would be light blue, maybe? That works. Maybe. So I'll kind of try and error at this point just to see that kind of works. Maybe like have a darker chin a little bit, which could also lead into that, and then a little darker nose. So that's be that. Pull that. There you go. So I pulled the string there. Fill these. Color them. That should be that color. Or it could be this color, but then just make it that color. Darker. It's already looking like a Autobot. See how quick that was? It's weird. It's like our mind only like is able to comprehend things once it's like a color, you know. Otherwise it just becomes this blob of lines, you know. That don't really mean anything. Let's see. This will be an important part here. So I want to move this up a little bit there. Let me also select another color there and go back. Okay. Sure. Alright. Hi Marcus. I hope so. That's good. I'll have to do some research to be able to know who exactly that is. I haven't watched any movies. To be able to know what exactly Terminator's like. Let's bop this down a little bit. Okay. Maybe this could be upped. And then on this one I see like it have it being a little bit more detail in here. And this one being darker. That's fun. Okay. I think it's about to be a bit much. Because I decided against it. This would be more this color. Yeah, okay. And then these would be like windshield wiper things that then can be brighter. See how that works? Okay. Okay. And then here's something that's over there. Okay. So I just gotta color the rest of the robot. Okay. Let's start with the base body. This one. Can't have full screen and oh, I can. Okay. Thank you, Flash. Okay. Yeah, something's wrong. It's being way too slow. Okay. Maybe I'm just being used to how Toon Boom is slick. Okay. Let me get this other picture. There we go. Okay. So, base body here would be red. All of this is red. So I'll just have to choose some kind of, not pink, but like somewhat light kind of a color. That's pink. That's red. Maybe around there's pretty good. Yeah, I'd be tired of just drawing too many things too often during the day, or long hours. The computer is working more long hours than I am. Guess it just kind of gets a little bit darker. These could be lighter, I guess, and then these in here could be darker, like they like switch back and forth. Let's see. I don't know. Making it up at this point. Let's be there just to separate it, and then This part is still red, actually. Believe it or not. Let's add one more here. This be like a shadow, I guess. So let's make it a little bit darker. And this end will be darker as well. This part's white. So we'll have it be not that color. This color. It can actually be more gray, maybe. So on this end. Yeah. Okay. We're doing pretty good on time, but it is slightly behind where I want it to be. So that's actually blue here, so we need that blue again. Not purple, but blue. Blue. And then this is white here. And then this is blue here. And then I guess we could do just darker gray, just make it seem cooler. And then this can just be basically just white, and then these are white as well. Yep, there we go. Get this, and then just make it even more dark. We can, yeah. Let's get rid of the strokes all across the board. There we go. Timeline. Okay. These are mostly blue. So let's get that going. Okay. It's final stretch. We just gotta color it in. Go down. Okay. Let's see. Let's make this the neutral color, and then we'll just go up and down. Probably on here, just make things that would seem more of a shadow. I'm gonna right side of things be a little bit darker. It's like things on this side might be trying to get darker, and then it can like get lighter as it goes across, maybe. Maybe have like a little highlight or something, or see like where that line doesn't connect. Like in this one, it could be probably the most bright, and then that'd be a little bit darker, and then somewhere in the middle, and then maybe darker here, and then darker a little bit there, and then maybe a little bit lighter just to be contrasty. And then we'll see if you can tell between the different shades. That's alright. Let's make this more gray, maybe. Okay. Okay. I'm tired for the week. There he is. Get his arms. Just do them at the same time, I guess. And these should be the last parts, except for the other thing as well. The emblem. Which again might just be a smiley face. I don't know. I'm gonna be too picky about how I want to do that. And so I would like to select this one thing that I selected upon. Let's make that darker. Also jimmy this over there. Okay. I like to jimmy this over there. Thank you. Blue. Again. It's very trichromatic. Let's see. Maybe the outside could be darker. Okay, and then this part's white. And then this part. You can see like why making robots is fun. And I was like, oh, you know, once you get into like this part, it's like, hey, you know, it's like we're actually building the robot at this point, you know, it's like spent all this time like designing and planning it. Now it's just like, oh, we're just having fun. Just like, okay. Now I can just sit back and go, okay, this is this color, and just, you know, think about it in a different way than what I've been using to make it, you know. Different skills of like, I don't know what I'm doing. It's like, now I got everything kind of situated in a nice snug place, and now I can just take all of this, and it's like, it's a robot arm. It's a robot arm. Alright, so let's move this to the middle, that'll be fun. Something I don't usually do here. I could probably just take the entire thing, and I could make it into a symbol and just darken it. Would be one of the simpler ways, instead of trying to manually think about how everything sort of would work. Also create some kind of interesting tint, I guess. I don't know. Yeah. Let's see. Needs to be darker. It's like putting together like a car that's like you dreamed about how it was gonna look for like years, and now you're like, oh, I can finally put the, you know, the wheels on or whatever the last step of making a car is. I don't know. It's like you get to put the key in and you get to drive it, and it's like, wow. It's that kind of feeling. It's like, oh, it's coming together. It's like really fun. Make this lighter just so I can make the darker parts show more. And then actually, yeah, that'll do. That'll do. Let's make that even darker. Like that. Pull the string. That should be it. Except for the thing that I keep talking about. What I can also do is add more effects, which could be fun. There he is. It's our boy. All right. Let's make this a little bit less looking like it's a pink. He's a boy toy. We get it saying that. Okay. Ultra arm back, and then I can add a color effect way over here for brightness, and then -10. That works. Shimmy that forward a little bit. I see some overlap of something. What the heck is this? No, I want that. Yeah. I want this over there. Okay. Oh, I see what happened. Actually, I don't see what happened. So I have to take this and maybe add some more points, or I could just move this down and that might fix everything. There we go. Yeah, that'll work. I feel like there was something else here, probably. Let's add some of these, and then I could just add a little bit more details into this for funds. Okay. It's never having fun like that. Now we're getting somewhere. Okay. It's just happy to be here. I think I forgot my chin. Chin actually was here, but now it's sort of not here. I don't know. But I kind of still can. Maybe this is the ultra head, and then go inside and then say, "Hey, I would like to make a duplicate of these particular parts, put them into a new layer, put these into ultra eyes, make this into a movie clip." And if you're following me, you would know that the next thing would be to add a glow that's about the bright color, and then say, yeah, 5 medium. Just add some kind of fun, you know, glow or something to it. Let's add that. Let's make this a guide. Yeah, we're actually coming up on time. Nice going. Okay. I also have to do this, which is probably just gonna be the I need to see a bigger picture of Adobe logo. As I put my finger in the wrong place. It's gonna be a big picture. I could just slap it on as a PNG picture and put it in. Or I can try and freehand it for the life of me here. Okay. Alright, sing along with me. Transformers. You can't see them because they're in disguise. Do 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 do. Ah! Is that part of it? Do do do. This is weird. Okay. Do 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 do. Can't see them because they're in front of you, but they're hiding. Do 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 do. Whoa! Whoa! Do do do. Do do, do, do. Whoa, 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 whoa. Do, 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 do. Do. Follow my own lines that I just drew. Do, do, do. Is that the right course of action? I don't know. Do, 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 do. I keep getting the Jetsons. Do, 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 do. I feel like there should be one over here. Do, 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 do. Oh, so close. Do, 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 do. Sure. And then there's lines there, and then lines there. It's gonna be really small. No one's gonna be able to see this. Do, do, do. That kind of worked out. Oh, jeez. Let's color it a little bit nicer. Do, 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 do. Don't do that. Do, 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 do. Yeah. I think I just squish it. Hey, yeah. And then we transform it. Hey, alright. We're transforming the Adobe logo. Alright. Let's bring it back. Okay. Yeah! He's so happy. Alright. We did it. Okay. What should we do? Background. What kind of color would match with him? That kind of works. Maybe like a dark red. Or something. I don't know. Whoop. Boop, boop, doo, 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 doo. Ah, why is it still outside? Well, it's because the sand actually is going outside it, so I'll just hack it off, I think. Or you want to move it over? Okay. And now it should be fine. There we go. Do, do, do. Let's change the background color. Not happy with it. What other color? Yellow, green. Oh, my favorite color. There you go. That works. Okay. When in doubt, use your favorite color. Yellow might work. I don't know. That's bright. It's diluted yellow. Kind of gross yellow. He's really happy. Alright. It's like, I like his right arm. That kind of has a nice cell kind of color to it. I think the rest of it is just like this weird transformation to it. And it's like, well, let's just kind of take everything but that and just kind of move it down a little bit. Kind of jimmy him over a little bit there. Okay. That's fine. He's like, I'm gonna say hello to your wave or something. I don't know. There we go. Sure, the small things I could fix. I'm seeing small things that I can't fix now, but I'll say that for later. You're so happy. I don't know. If you gave me like Megatron, he probably would have a smile too. You know, really. Honestly, I don't know. I don't know. He's the good boy. He didn't want to be. He didn't want to be the leader, so he gave it to Rodimus Prime. So he deserves the good boy smile smirk thing. I don't know. Oof. Transformers, now you see them. There we go. Oof. Alright. How'd we do? Actually, yeah, looking at the logo, it kind of looks actually pretty good. It's kind of like, but it's also kind of like weirdly like not off-browny enough that it's like it kind of works. I don't know. All right, we did it at the same time. Cool. Yay. Whew. I'm gonna have a break and a dinner, and then we'll be back on next Tuesday. What are we gonna work on next Tuesday? Oh, Terminator. That'll be interesting. Yeah. Apparently I got like 2 pseudo-ish villains. I don't know if Heather's a villain. Maybe. Maybe like her half is. I don't know. But yeah. We got 2.5-ish robots and some cute girls. Nice variety. Robots and girls. That's what this is. Alright. And I got double up with GLaDOS. Amazing. Oh boy. Alright. Let's get the party going with toaster time. I'm feeling good. There we go. Basically just me without me, I guess, on this view. That was fun. I can zoom in a little bit. I don't know which one to focus on. So I guess you get both, maybe. Get the whole thing. That'll work. Alright. You bet. Alright. Yeah, so, yeah, again, we'll pick this up next week. So I guess next week would be 5 and 6 out of this, and then we'll see from there where to go from there. Yeah. Whew. Yeah. I don't know what to talk about, because anything else will be kind of boring compared to this, or just like that weird high that I got. Yeah. So I've been working on the movie, as well as Midnight Mares. Got a big update from Midnight Mares, actually. He gave me the script, so that was actually really cool. I signed an NDA, so I won't be able to talk about the script, but it goes places. It's much more expansive than I thought it would be, especially from like the trailers and like all the promotional materials that I've, sifted through to get like resources and stuff to like understand, like the characters and settings. Yeah, it gets way bigger. It's really interesting. It's actually really fun. So I also read the comic that they had. It wasn't part of the comic, but it's basically just a retelling of the trailers, which the trailer is really just like 1 minute of like this 32 epic page script thing. So again, so it's still like in work in progress of the script. Like honestly, there's a couple typos, so it's like I don't know if that's what he wanted me to look over. Because obviously, like, if I say anything to, like, change it, that'd be... Everything's kind of working up to, like, this one point for the story that's like, yeah, if we change this, then, A and B will then, cause C to not make any sense. So it's all kind of too set in stone that's like, yeah, sure, it's fine. Yeah, so now I'm more excited to work on it now that I've actually... been able to know what the actual thing that I'll be working on, kind of thing is. So yeah, so 32 pages, it sounds like a lot, and it is. You're right, that is a big number. Wow. That's really big number. General speaking, in average, one page of a script, roughly it's about 1 minute of screen time. So this is looking towards like 32, plus or minus, 2 or 3 minutes. So that's around 29 more minutes than like what the trailers have been. So it's gonna be very epic to make. Because the last big thing that I've worked on was Folly Celeste, which I talked about for like 2 years. That was only like 20 minutes. But the actual animation itself was probably like 15 that I worked on. So that was only like 15 minutes in like 2 years. So this is 32 minutes. Who knows how long that's gonna take, Eventually we always had like some hands or multiple people working on the animation, multiple animators working on Folly Celeste. Right now, We hired one more person to help with the animation, but at this point we don't really have. I don't know. We don't really have enough to be able to just jump into it exactly right now, which has. We have enough animatics, but probably the animatics will probably be changed enough that like the ones we had like 4 or 5 years ago probably aren't, probably obsolete. So, but some of them won't. But yeah, might be just easier to like not just recreate them, or just start from scratch really to make it actually fit with the newer version of the script, rather than because it was interesting because some of the I looked through like most of the asset folders of Midnight Mirrors and whatever Gan sent me, and he had a bunch of like early concept arts and Photoshop files that had like a much expanded animatics. It had a bunch of storyboards that weren't in the trailer, so I was like, huh. So I was able to like start like before I got the script, I was trying to like piece together what this was gonna be like. So, but now it's totally different. Or it just goes much further than that. So, very excited. Right now I'm doing like the boring work of trying to deconstruct the puppets, the characters, trying to recreate the characters enough that they'll be easier to create, making a base puppet that has no frills and be able to use that as a base and then make new characters off of that. Reason being that I don't want to, if I had like using it, I don't have a base basically. Do a cartoon that's made the bases and then make characters out of that. So obviously I didn't send the base characters, so I have to reconstruct it enough that I can, so I have to like use one of the established characters and then figure out like how this was put together to be able to get rid of like the hair and then like figure out like the palette. So basically been learning how Toon Boom works. It's Toon Boom is interesting. Definitely needed the premium version to be able to figure out how to use the node view, because that's really handy. I think it's possible in the using the timeline, but you won't be able to add all the node library stuff, which is important and frankly necessary to be able to make these complicated like character rigs. So yeah. I use Adobe Animate. That's what you see on screen right now. So I'm able to draw and animate inside of that. But recently, I got hired to work with Midnight Mirrors, and then the original animator on that used Toon Boom. So it's like, well, then it became the problem of, well, do I just use Flash and then hope for the best? The style would look, perfect, that you won't be able to tell that I was using a completely different software. But once I kind of got my feet wet with Toon Boom, that's like I noticed like all these different like special tools and different ways to think about things, and like how much more bones work with hair. Weirdly enough, that it's like, well, at this point, like it would be easier for me because I've had like 6-7 years of experience with Flash and Animate, which you see on screen now, to be able to just animate it and like recreate everything that Do a Cartoon is made in Toon Boom and use Flash to animate, or I could just bite the bullet and just say like I'm gonna use Toon Boom and then go from there rather than having to recreate thing and then be able to just use the same tools basically. So it'll be visually the same looking product at the end of the day, which would be more important for consistency, continuity. That's what I'm thinking of. With all of that, the way that Flash doesn't exactly have the same tool sets. Basically, it's like you have two toolboxes, but one only has like a tape measure and like a string. And the other one has like everything you need, like screws and hammers and everything. And it's like, well, they both could work, but one would need a little bit more doing and elbow grease to get it working. And then at the same time, it's like it probably won't look the same, and that's the main issue. if you want it to be consistently looking visually the same, basically it just like boils down to like just how Toon Boom would render, and like how the hair bones, also little modulator things. I don't know what you call them, but like you can put like small nodes, not really nodes, but just small like dots around an object, and then envelope deformer. That's one thing, little deformers, and then you can put a bunch of little envelope deformers to be able to deform certain shapes. So like Flash sorta could do that. It seemed like with every update in Animate, that's like trying to get closer to Toon Boom in terms of weird tools. That, yeah, only having like knowledge of Animate, that's like each new update is like, oh, that's cool. I can, have more control of like the camera, or different ways to parent things, or use the camera in a better way. And it's like not really realizing that Toon Boom already had that out of the box. Like I didn't know that Toon Boom had that power to be able to just do certain things like that already, while like Animate was catching up. So I'm sure like it'd be hard to think like whether or not what the future of anime would be if like in 3 years time, when if I'm still working on this, would it have been better to just invest in the Flash version of making a cartoon of Midnight Mares? That it's like maybe anime could have been the same or even better than Toon Boom in some regards. But for right now, it still seems like Toon Boom would still win in a metaphorical fight. Especially just for the basic reason that the original assets were created in Toon Boom, so it's like might as well use those assets that were specifically made for and like created to be able to use specifically in Toon Boom. So that would be the reason for that. But otherwise, yeah, I've been making the base puppets to figure out like how the palettes work, and like how just the weird way that the palettes, and how they operate, and like how certain nodes don't really want to, I don't know. There's like certain like nodes are like these like weird like small components that like can control other elements. It's like adding filters, like you saw with the Flash version that you saw today, where I added like made it into a symbol, made the arm into a symbol, and then added like a filter to make it like 10% darker, or added a glow. You like special effects, but not always a special effect, if that makes sense. That they're just like combining and like making pipelines between different elements to like create new relationships, I guess. Making these new relationships between different elements and different components and effects, and certain, they're not really special effects always, but like they're just saying like, if this, then do something with it, kind of a thing. So only really having the premium version for like this week, trying to play with it, and it's just like, it's its own beast trying to figure it out. That I've legitimately have been working on it the whole week to just figure out like one specific node of like, how does this work? And it's basically there's like this color override node that is sort of like a special feature or element, but it just says like, hey, when this element is being I don't even know how to explain it. But basically you can just say like, hey, render only these specific palette colors, and then it'll just say like, okay, and then you put it into composite, and it just, the final output would render only the certain palette colors that you put into it. So, but you can also have another pipe that connects to the composite again, and then so you can see like why it just already gets too complex, as like what even is going on, where you're talking about pipes and different nodes and stuff, just to like, in the end product it's just saying like, hey, let's just use one layer, and then say let's remove a back layer, like say for like a mouth or an eye. I don't know, it'll be easier to think about. With an eyeball, you can say the that the white of the eye is where you want the eyeball to be, where the pupil would be. I guess I could do it while I'm still here. Just get a visual thing, because that's more fun. So, let me change the color. So in Toon Boom, you can have like an element, which would be some kind of picture or something, and then have a pipe that says, hey, go to this color override, and then put that into a composite. I can't write. And then that'll go into the output. And that's the easy way to think about it. And so the element would have like a whole bunch of different like colors and like be an eyeball and everything like that or something. So it'd be the whole thing, or like maybe just like be one part of it. Like it might just be only the sclera, or you know, be a different part and be like the pupil. And so like the end product you want would be the eyeball to be only like and not exist outside of the pupil. So you got these two parts. So the elements would be the actual artwork, and so the color override would say, hey, only actually display, well, you would have like an outline color to it, and then it would be like some kind of outline to the sclera that would be like a black. And so you only want to pick out the white. Jeez. So you don't want to pick out the white part, but then you're still leaving with the, so it only like, well then as you put it out, then the output would just be the white part of the sclera, which means that the black part that's also part of the same elements doesn't actually render at all. So it's actually gone. This is what the output would look like, where it's just a sclera and just a circle, white dot circle thing. But you still want this as well as you want the people to also kind of be in there. So you also have to make the element go also into composite pipe there instead of here. So now you got two parts, and then the element would be on its own, so it'll also be on top. So this means that it would have the top on top, but also the top would also be this also like a mask. So you need a cutter as well, and so the cutter would be this separate also like thing. Does also say, hey, we also only want to like show, you know, the white part itself as well. So you have to like put this in here, I guess, but it wouldn't also be, it'd probably be into the element, but you also need to have like two parts to put it into the cutter, because that's where that goes. That would also go into the composite. This might actually be connected to the composite. This might actually be into here, and then this might also go into there. But anyway, you can already think like, this is insane for what we wanted. Where in Flash, I can have 3 versions of it, and then say like on 3 different levels, say like I want my sclera, and then I want my pupil, let's make this a different color, and then I want a duplicate of my sclera to actually show it. I'm going to drag it and then duplicate it. So this is a way to do it in Flash, where then I say, hey, make this a mask. Boop. So there we go. And I can put this over here and then put the mask back on and then show it, and it's gone. So it's being cut already. So that's the Flash way. And then I'm going to show you again the Toon Boom way, which I don't even know if that's even right, but probably got like halfway through of that. So imagine this times 100, or maybe 1,000 times, where even more convoluted things is going on. So you can see like, well, it's more powerful. It's like, well, you can do more things with it, but also it's the same thing as what I just did in like 4 steps. So what's better? What's, you know, I don't know. Like, you need to have like some kind of physics to really be able to just understand any of this, you know. And this is only just making a mask of like making, you know, it's making a mask. That's the only thing it's doing, but it's just making a mask that happens to be on one layer that has 2 different colors basically. So the only reason you're actually doing all this crazy stuff is because this is on one layer, which the original person, the real cartoonist, made it as 2 parts, or as 1 part actually. Sorry. So it's one layer that has the sclera as well as the outline layer thing. The only cool part that's like, well, now you can have it respects that it only shows the circle of the eyeball when where the white is. So this would be the white part. So when you have like a blink and it actually closes the eye, then the pupil will disappear. But that's the same thing you can also do in Flash, where if you have like a separate layer here or a separate frame here, and then say, hey, I want it to actually be, down here, which is still not to be like the duplicate of this, I think. And then you put the mask on, yeah. So you could have a blink like that, and then that also disappears. So the green part disappears because there's no information to be able to say where it should be. So that's the only thing that you have to do. But instead, we're here. And every single element is basically like that. Where it's not even, it doesn't even really stop there. Readers at the you can have like an element, of like one drawing here, but every element would also have to have a peg to be able to say like where the transformation of it is, and this will be drawing. Yeah, that's right. And then you can have like this going into like who knows what, going down here with multiple things, and then each of these can go over here and then maybe go into like an output here, but who knows what you're doing here. So it's like with Animate you don't have to deal with none of this, but you have to pretty much almost essential to do like this cutout information or cutout style with Toon Boom. So up to you to decide if it's better or not. It just seems like, to me, who's much more visual and less code savvy, that's like, I don't want to, figure any of this stuff out. But yeah, I don't know if I got the cutter part was probably just weird part in there too, but it's just because the way that it was originally drawn meant it had to be in this style. I think if it was just like the sclera, here, and that'd be the element, you could just put it into like a cutter and then say like, hey, I want the pupil to be the other part of the cutter cut. And then it'll go, into the output. So that'd be the simpler way, but the way that we did it, or at least cartoonists did it, I guess you had to be the only way to do it, because we want to have like this, the outline and eyelash part of this would need to be there, and that would have to animate. So that would also have to be in there, so you would have to then reverse it back into what this is. So that'd be the only way to do it. Unless there's another way, but I haven't got there yet. So this, yeah. I had to think about none of this when I did my essentials or my my Jackrabbit short thing that I did with you guys on stream. I had to think about none of this, but now that I'm here, it's like, well, I guess I figure out even some of the subtlest stuff like color overrides and cutters and composite and whatever. Yeah. Oh boy. How many do I, how many guys are still here? Who actually knows what a lick of what I just said? That'd be interesting to hear. Yeah. So that's what I've been doing. Yeah. Let's get rid of that. And that was just to make a mask. That was, end of the day, yeah. Which was just like in 4 steps in Flash. So it's like, it's really annoying that it's like, what I can do, really, really quickly in Flash is like, well, let's just do like 10 levels of geometry in space physics, be able to figure out how to do the same thing. And it's like, come on. No. Yeah. I had no knowledge about that either, but now I've just, you know, been forced to figure it out. Because otherwise, what's been happening is that, for another small example, is that what was happening was I was changing the palettes. So you can imagine a bunch of different colors, and then say like this is palette 1, which was the base, you know, color. Each color represents a part of the pony, or horse or mare or whatever. But then it's like, well, I want it to be a different character, or basically a recolor. So I would have to have, you know, a palette 2, which would have its own, you know, it can't be a rename or a different version or something. It has to be like a completely different version to be able to say like, hey, I want it to be a different version, you know, to be the same objects and everything, but just colored a different color. This is just what I wanted. But it was like, hey, you changed it, but because of the color overrides, the elements that were saying, hey, be this, but not this, meant that, with the color overrides of what I've just explained with the all of that, meant that some parts like the eyes or mouths, you know, and then in one part, actually up here, the mouth will be fine because it's using a correct palette that was made for. When I changed it into this version, it became invisible. So that means that it was a robot in disguise. Basically, that it was just like gone. That it was just like, where did it go? Like, it's actually invisible. So it's like, great. Now I gotta go back into that web of figure out what even is going on with any of this and figure out like, well, you see, because this is saying over here why this is happening, that you must go into this giant block of text to say, well, it's, you want to have like this color, but you don't want to have, you know, this color. And so you had to change it to be palette 2's version of yes, and then palette 1's version no, and then that'll bring back, you know, the color to say like, yes, I wanted to actually render that color. So that's what that color override says, is render certain colors in your palette. But it was only referring back to palette 1's version. I wasn't smart enough to think, well, I just did a complete, you know, what I thought would be a search and replace color palette to change from 1 to 2. I did a find and replace into 2, but it wasn't looking into every part of the node system to look at it to say, hey, we noticed that maybe you still want it to be 1, but unless I find a way to be able to say, hey, when you do this find and replace, can you also go into the node system and then check to see, hey, I have like equivalents, you know, or like put it in the same order and I can figure it out or something. So that's what I've been figuring out. Like, it took me like 2 days to just figure out like why mouths were disappearing when I just changed a palette. And it's like, it makes sense. Again, like what I've been saying, like, you know, 2 months ago, that's like, everything makes sense in retrospect. It's like this, everything has a simple solution, but it's just like, you know, again, you just start with nothing, and it's just like, well, why don't I have a mouth? And it's like, well, you know, well, of course, because of this. And you just look at it, it's just like, whoa, come on. So, that's what I've been doing. So I hope you guys have been, you know, having fun. I've been dealing with this. And it's, even up to today, I'm still trying to figure this out, as well as, you know, expand upon this and my knowledge of all this. So I'm sure, like, you know, and I can look at this stream like 2 weeks time and say like, well, you're almost there, but you also, you know, forgot the Fliggle node that would just solve everything, you know, and if you just had that, then all these problems would be solved. And it's just like, wow, really? So I'm sure that could happen, but man, this has been way over my head and just like so complex. I'm just like debugging it. It's just like again, it's just like, it's not anything close to like how Flash works. It's just like, well, just that's an industry standard. This is how everyone works. animation feel like Simpsons and SpongeBob and other yellow cartoons. It's like, hey, let's all use this crazy software that's like, well, you can do this. And it's like, great. Like, just spend 5 months or years to figure out like how it even works. Like, is that worth it? And it's like, I can just go back to here and just do 4 clicks to make a mask. And it's like, well, in Toon Boom, well, why wouldn't you want to do it in 20 clicks? And it's like, but what? Get a drink of water. I'm sure that wasn't evident by my slurping. Okay. But anyway, that's just, yeah, that's been my week. Oh, I'm heated. Okay. Oh, I missed it. Oh, I'm sorry. Oh, let me get the spoiler of Mr. Happy Robot. There you go. That's what we did. Yeah, that's what his stream is about. I made a robot. Okay. Made Ultra Magnus at the bottom. I guess when, yeah, in like a bit, you guys can watch it later. If you missed it, all the VODs are online. Why wouldn't it be online? I don't know why it said that. They would be on my channel, on my YouTube channel. I have a playlist called live streams. I have like probably like over 100 of them. So you probably just want to search by newest. And then you'll be able to find this and newer streams and older streams. Who knows? So yeah, look for them there in that playlist, and then, because I know like in like 3 weeks time I might start unlistening them, just make my channel look less like a stream channel, with the same thumbnail and everything, and just have actual cartoons on there to be featured. So that's why I do that. So hope you had fun with this. It also kind of leads me into, I've been changing the thumbnails to make them more look like the actual final products. So there's that. So I changed all the previous ones to have thumbnails of whatever that character was in that one, instead of it being a generic Derpy, which was the main purpose, to just be the mascot as well as not having something related to it, I guess. I don't know. But anyway, I think that's good. Yeah, movie, I don't know. It's going. You'll see more progress later. Oh boy. Okay. Yeah, I just gotta cool down after this, so I'll catch you later. I'll stop. So yeah, thank you guys for watching. Thanks for still hanging around. Yeah, it's the next time we'll do, I guess, the Terminator. Who knows? Oh boy. Okay. Yeah. See you then. Till then. Bye bye.